Hello and welcome to What Are the Odds? I'm Eamon McAnaney, happy to be joined by Gary Apple. And Gary, right now we're going to focus on the Knicks coaching search. And let's take a look at some of the leading candidates according to SNY's NBA insider Ian Begley. Of course, Tom Thibodeau, the main person everyone's focusing on right now. Also, the current interim head coach, Mike Miller, former Nets coach Kenny Atkinson, former Knicks coach Mike Woodson, Kentucky coach John Calipari, and former Knicks point guard and Golden State Warriors head coach Mark Jackson. All right, Gary, right now we're going to focus on Tom Thibodeau. What are the odds you're giving Tom Thibodeau to be the next Knicks coach?
Well, I think there's a pretty good chance. In fact, I would put it as overwhelming that Tom Thibodeau is going to be the Knicks head coach, if indeed they act quickly, because this is a man who's going to be in demand. I know he's been out of the game as a head coach for a little bit, but this is the right guy to coach the Knicks. I know the Rockets are sitting out there if they make a change with Mike D'Antoni because they've got more talent down there. That might be a more attractive job. So the Knicks need to act quickly here. Thibodeau's a guy who spent time at Madison Square Garden. He was an assistant coach under Jeff Van Gundy for 7 years. Think about the things Tom Thibodeau has done. He came into the NBA, he got to 100 wins as a head coach faster than anybody in the history of the game. He won. He won in Chicago, and he had solid success in Minnesota. They pulled the plug on him relatively quickly there. But the bottom line is this guy knows how to coach. He's got a great coaching lineage. He's coached under big-time guys. For me, Tom Thibodeau is the right guy. He will win as the head coach of the Knicks if they get talent. At the end of the day, Eamon, it's all about talent.
Oh, absolutely. That's the NBA in a nutshell. I'm going to go highly likely. I'm not overwhelming with you. I think you still have a few other candidates. I think the fact that he wants the job reportedly certainly helps him here. But if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking at Kenny Atkinson because of that, what you just mentioned, Gary. I don't have that much talent. So I want a guy who's known more as a teacher and a guy who's taken young talent and made them better. You take a look at the Nets, guys like LeVert, Joe Harris, Dinwiddie. He made them better. So I think Kenny Atkinson is a viable candidate, but I agree with you, Gary. I think the Knicks are going to be sold on Thibodeau, even though the fans, according to Ian's articles and tweets, don't really love him.
I understand that because, he can be gruff at times. And Gundy has come out and said, listen, those who know him know what a great basketball mind he is and that he is a really solid citizen. And you want that. And let me just say this, Eamon. When he went to Chicago back in 2011 and won and was the coach of the year, he had Derrick Rose, who was the MVP in the league that year. That makes a big difference. I think one of the big things with the Knicks, they had Larry Brown. He couldn't win here. They got rid of him very quickly. Larry Brown wins everywhere.
Gary, we don't have time to go down that list, Gary.
No, I just want to say this.
Mike
Let me say this.
D'Antoni, Lenny
I get it, but Leon Rose, to me, is as big a key here as the hiring of Tom Thibodeau. Leon Rose understands talent. He only has a small amount of talent. You give Tom Thibodeau the talent that he had in other places, he'll win with the Knicks.
No doubt about that. Gary, always great talking hoops with you. And remember to keep it locked into SNY on all the social media platforms for more What Are the Odds?